Well, hey everybody. I'm trying to get back on the video kick here. It's been a while. Things got kind of crazy around here. I'm outside, but not out where I usually am because there's a lot of water standing. We've had a lot of rain. I want to get right to the point today. I have a couple of funerals this week that I'm leading. Obviously, it always puts me in a different mindset, which it should. But I realize that part of my life is different than what most people experience. So I want to talk to you about two things. They seem like the polar opposites of each other, but bear with me. What are those two things? Obituaries and birthdays. Yeah, obituaries and birthdays. Now, I have yet to ever see an obituary that doesn't have someone's birthday in it, which is good because, you know, it's neat to see when someone was born and, you know, the year. I mean, you might know their age, but it's still a little perspective. But do we talk about them at funerals? Well, I do. That doesn't make me special. It's just the way that hits me. And what I share with people, and I'll share it with a family that's gathered in another couple hours from now. What gets me about that is that we don't often celebrate our birth. Yes, our birthday. But celebrating the day we were born is one thing. That's kind of the way we water it down. But I want to ask you what I asked myself a few years ago. Do you actually celebrate your birth? I hope you do. And if you've never considered that, I hope you do. That's what I'm going to ask that family to consider. And it makes me consider it again each and every time that I bring it up. You see, I'm going to tell them, and now I'm going to tell you, that I know your birthday was special. Because that's the day that God gave us you. That's the day that you came into this world. And despite everything that we do to mess it up, I've been the captain of that club. I've led those meetings, right? I was the guy there opening the door and letting everybody in to the meeting of, can we see how bad we can mess this up? And then I was the one shutting the lights off, right? Because I had led the meeting. Yeah. Well, I don't want to lead those meetings anymore. And I want to realize that my life has a purpose and yours does too. That's one of the reasons I'm doing these videos. I may only have 7 or 8 left. I don't know what's going to happen after that. That's my goal. So, what are you doing with the time that you've been given? And am I celebrating the fact that we were born and that we have a chance to fulfill the purpose that we have in this life? Now, purpose videos, that's a whole nother video. That's a series. But I will say this about purpose. For those that are into your adult years, usually when you're young, you don't think about it as much. Some do, but most don't. I think that purpose is found in knowing where you are uniquely qualified. How do you find that? What have you been through? Where have you been in your life? Each and every one of us, and I sincerely and wholeheartedly believe this, and I've just seen it. We are uniquely qualified to help the people we used to be. Let me say that again. You are uniquely qualified to help the person that you used to be. You used to have trouble with running off at the mouth and, you know, offending people, but you've got that under control. You're uniquely qualified to help people who do the same. You used to have a problem with alcohol, and now you've figured that out and straightened your life out. You know what? They're going to listen to you more than they will anybody else. People who have the same problem. Why? Because you're not hypocritical about it. You've been there. You've put your toes in the sand. You understand what that's like. So you plug in where you've been in your life. Maybe you had a childhood where it was an abusive childhood, for whether emotionally or physically. Do you know the kids that want to listen to you? The kids today that are in that same situation, they want to listen to you. Why? Because you can relate. You are uniquely qualified. You've been that way in your life. And it hasn't been because you've been on the beach with your feet kicked up. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not where you learned. It's not where I learned. So from the day you were born to the day today, you've gone through trials and troubles that uniquely qualify you to help somebody else who's going through that same thing. It may be one person, it may be thousands. I have no idea. I don't know that about you. But I do know that you're gifted to do it. You have the opportunity. So what's that have to do again with our birthdays? You have had the opportunity since birth to learn things that only you know. Are you going to keep those inside? I think that's something to celebrate. The day that God gave us you. I don't care if you take the whole week off. I don't care if you take the month off. It doesn't matter if you work all day. Do you take time that day, at least inside of yourself, to celebrate you? You have my permission. Not that that mattered. But that's what's been on my heart, especially today. Because as I said, I'm going to be offering that again here real soon, a version of it anyway. So would you this year, whenever that falls, would you take your birthday and just spend the day celebrating you? And then go out and take those unique qualities that only you have. Help somebody else. I think that's a pretty awesome life. So, that's it for this time. We're a little shorter this time, and that's cool with me. So, I'll be back with something else sometime soon, I guess. So, till next time, it's Todd. See ya.